Hello. If can hear me, press 999. If can hear me, press 999. Okay, welcome back again to Life Changer Day from Singapore. So today, we will have two speakers. So the first one will be the Complan 2.0. Mr. Jonas will be presenting the Complan part. Then later at 8:30, we have Mr. Desmond. He will be presenting his testimonial, which is heart attack and stroke that after patching for his recovery story after patching for 3 months. So without further ado, let us welcome Mr. Jonas to present the Complan. Mr. Jonas, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Jovan. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is well on the Thursday evening. I'm just going to share my slides right now. Okay, Jovan, can you confirm that you can see my slides?
Yes, I can see your slide.
Okay, you can see my slides, huh? Okay, very good. Just going to make it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to get started now. All right, so welcome to the golden age of LifeWave, yeah, especially with Complan 2.0. We are already into our, I think it's third week since the launch of our LifeWave Complan 2.0. This is really a monumental step forward for all of us. And of course, I understand that there's jitters on the ground as well, which I hope in the last 2 weeks, with the promotion, some of the jitters would have disappeared. And the people whom I've spoken to, certainly look forward and feel happy and, about the Complan possibilities and what it has done, with the people on the ground. Okay. So I thought, given that Stephen has actually gone through some of the details yesterday, I don't want to repeat myself. He spoke about, a little bit about the relaunch bonus. He spoke about, some of those areas, that I'm not going to really talk about at this point. So what I want to cover firstly in this half an hour is firstly, just to remind everyone, why and how, this Complan 2.0 actually came about. And the first point here is that, we are actually changing our Complan when we have been experiencing very strong growth and momentum. So this is a reminder to everyone that most companies out there and in the past, have only changed the Complan when they are in trouble. So for us, we are changing when we are riding high, when we have been ranked number 1 and number 2 in the last 2, maybe almost 3 years already in terms of momentum. And very few companies actually do that. So LifeWave actually took a very intentional route of doing this just to cater for the trajectory of growth, that it's looking for. We are actually looking, at possibly without making any kind of promise, some kind of exponential growth in the near to future to further, in the future. And the Complan actually took, about 3 years to materialize. Another point to note as well, and this also came from the market, that our plan is maintaining a 60%. Again, many companies, when they change the plan, they actually lower the payout. We have decided to maintain our payout. And in fact, amongst many of the direct selling companies, their 60% payout is and continues to be one of the highest. Okay. Third point here, this is more of a culture shift. So LifeWave has taken a very intentional approach to drive performance and to have performance as part of its culture. So this is to make LifeWave, more sustainable and ensuring, that the growth trajectory is sensible. Yeah. So Complan 2.0 also, the reason why it's being introduced right now, we are going to be introducing our X2O, our water machine, very soon. In fact, in the US, it's already started, as I think most of us here know. So the old plan cannot accommodate this. Hence, with this new plan, we can look forward to this high-ticket item in the form of this water machine that we should be looking forward, to some attractive payouts. So now this update came just last week when Meredith Buckledge was here in Singapore. So the modeling shows that this Complan 2.0 will increase weekly check earners by 65%. And on the 11th of November, when Meredith was giving her speech, in the evening's event, and she had done a check with the back end, and they showed, that we're already at 67%. Okay, so in a very few short weeks, in terms of the increase of weekly check earners around the world, we've already exceeded the target. So this means, more BPs earning more often. Yeah, so this is something, that we should be proud of, and we should be looking forward to. And in fact, when I was doing my checks with my team, amongst some of my team managers, they've also said the same thing. Yeah, that it's easier for BPs to earn faster right now, to be earning more often, and they are generally happy about that. Okay, so some quick updates. Yeah. And by the way, feel free, if you have any questions, just put into the chat box, and I'll try to attend to it as soon as I can. Yeah. Now, since we already have the career titles, there were a few questions which I decided to put this up. The career title, some people were promoted. So they say, got from 3-star manager to 1-star director, and they saw that they had the breakthrough bonus, but the career title did not change. So, so if you remember in the old system, the 1.0, when you rank up to senior director, your rank, on your lifetime NPS, your lifetime rank basically takes about 2 weeks for it to be reflected. So it is the same as well, yeah. That when there's a career title change, and I hope that everybody understands the difference here between the paid as rank and the career title. The career title change would take about 2 weeks for it to be reflected. So don't worry. For those of you, who just recently, got your career, got your career title changed, but you don't see it reflected. So just give it a little bit of time. Okay, so now, Jovan, in this screen, oh yes, I'm able to see this. Okay, good. Okay, all right. So I'm just looking to see whether there's any questions or not. All right, now, as of November the 3rd, which was 2 Sundays ago, everyone here should already be aware of the business relaunch bonus. So this relaunch bonus, just to re-emphasize again, and I hope that everybody understands, what this business relaunch bonus is, but I'll just run through very quickly. This is differentiated from the business launch bonus. Yeah. So as part of the new Complan 2.0, everyone should also be aware that this business launch bonus component has been added into part of the 9 ways for us to be able to earn money. So the company then decided, to give a little bit of booster to the existing people, and hence the launching. And we should be very thankful for, corporate for introducing this. They didn't want to leave anybody out, and so that's why they decided as well to have such a bonus catering specifically for existing BPs. And the rules is actually very simple for this business relaunch bonus, that you have to be a brand partner or an active brand partner, okay, before the launch of this bonus, in terms, of your career title. And then, when you rank up, then that's where you're entitled to this business relaunch bonus. So this means, that if your career title was already a 1-star manager or 2-star manager when it was first reflected, you are not entitled to participate in this business relaunch bonus. Okay, so that's what it means. So in a nutshell as well, this business relaunch bonus just means that for somebody who's an active brand partner, when he first became, when the first the career title came out, and then ranked up, to 1-star manager, and maintain, as a 1-star manager, from the 3rd of November, you would be receiving about you'll be receiving $25 per week, for that 9 weeks. So if you rank up, say, this week, to a 1-star manager, it means, that from this week, so it means you'll probably have another 7 weeks or 6 weeks for you to enjoy that $25. And say you rank up from a 1-star to a 2-star manager. So as a 2-star manager, you get rewarded, with $50 per week. Okay, so that's what it essentially means. Now, are there any questions? It should be very clear right now. I think past speakers and even Jinlong, has already been mentioning about this business relaunch bonus for some time. Okay. Now, I just want to run through some very basics, and simply because we had a training with some of our team members today, and there were a few people, who still struggle with some of the basics. So I thought, that maybe I'll just run through some of the basics here, and feel free to ask any questions, as I, go from slide to slide. Yeah. Okay, so we continue to be a hybrid compensation plan, meaning, that we have a binary and then we are also uni-level. The big difference here with the Comp Plan 2.0 is, and to use the proper word, our binary system has been de-emphasized. Yeah, so previously the binary system was actually one of the bigger components. Right now, the binary system is not the bigger component because there is another component called the level earnings bonus that is paid upfront for somebody, who say sponsors, a person to come in. Not only are you paid, the PIB, but you are also paid, the level earnings bonus. Okay, so I'll run through that very quickly later on. Okay. Now, this should be also very familiar to everyone already. For the new joinees, we encourage that we do not try to overwhelm them with too much information, and hence, this color coded, spreadsheet, I suppose, that details all the bonuses that we have. And it's color coded. We just need to focus on the first 3. So phase 1, product introduction bonus, the business launch bonus, and the level earnings bonus in green is what we want to focus on for somebody who's coming in new. Yeah. And then after that, would be the binary bonus. And then, the third phase, when somebody has, say, really reached, at least 3-star manager coming towards, a 1-star director, then we probably want to talk to them more about the mentor matching bonus. Okay. Okay, now we should be aware of this one right now. there's 12 levels, okay? So for each level, there are 3 sub-levels, like 3 sub-levels for manager, 3 sub-levels for director, executive, and presidential, okay? So this one should be clear to everyone. Now, this portion here, I encourage everybody, to look at this as often as you can. So essentially, this is very important because not only does it tell you about the rank, but then what your personal volume requirement is like, and then your qualified downline volume QDV. For those of you who have experience or who are at senior director and above, you would know the GVU or GVC, the group volume contribution or group volume unit in the past. It's being replaced by QDV right now, okay? So that then the next column here is the maximum volume rule, where only 50% can be considered, from your strongest line. Then you have the volume legs, and then you have the outside volume legs. So just take into account, especially, let's say, when you talk about the manager level, no difference when it comes to personal volume as in the past, because to be a paid as manager in the past, we already required 110 points. Yeah, so this is the same as well, 110 points for all 3 sub levels of the manager. The only difference here is that number 1, it's more volume based. So at manager 1-star manager, you're talking about 750 points. I will run through very quickly, these 3. How can you achieve, the 750, the 1,005 for 2-star manager, and then the 3-star manager, achieving, 2,005 for 3-star manager. So the other point to note here, and why we use the term de-emphasized binary commissions or the binary system is because the binary system does not apply to the 1-star and the 2-star manager. It only applies from the 3-star manager upwards. So if you look at the 3-star manager role, okay, the besides the volume and the personal the QDV and the personal volume, the other part that is required is only 1 volume leg. So in most cases, by the time you reach there, you should, actually have 1 of your volume leg at 1,000. So the requirement here is, I would say, slightly more relaxed, because there's no requirement for, like in the past, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, because now, it's just focused on 1 leg, and you only need, 1,000 points, to qualify, to start qualifying, for the binary volume. Okay. So then when it comes to the director level, again, the major difference here is on the QDV, and then on the maximum volume rule, which starts kicking in at 1-star manager. I mentioned just now that the maximum volume rule is, it allows only 50% of the largest legs volume to be considered. Yeah. And then the volume legs also would change from the 1 volume leg, to 2 volume legs of 1,000. And then, an additional outside largest from the 2 legs, actually applies. Okay. So I hope everybody understands, what this outside largest of 2 legs is. If not, please let me know, and I can, I can explain again. So I'm not going to go beyond, that, was that, the 3-star director, because I think, that most of you here would probably be in this range, and this is what is valid to you and what is relevant to you. Okay. Okay, anyway, so a little bit about the outside largest leg. Yeah. So if you're not clear, some, people call this a third leg, but then probably it is not the most accurate description to use, because that third leg is actually an accumulation and a combination, of the, as many legs outside of the 2 largest legs. Yeah. So it's actually not absolutely correct, to call it a third leg. It's more it's, just to call it, it is the outside of the two largest leg. Yeah. So I think, they should have just left it as that. Yeah. But essentially then, it doesn't matter if that one leg is on the left or on the right, but if it is outside of the two largest legs, then it would be added, into this combination, where they call it the OLXL. Okay, so maybe I'll just take you through very quickly, for those of you who are still relatively new. Okay, so for a one-star manager, yeah, there are essentially two requirements, right? One is that you need to have a PV of 110, and the other is you need to have a QDV of 750. So how do you get this QDV? You should note, that your own PV is actually included in the 750. Okay, so in order to get the 750, essentially all you need, is just 3 advanced, which gives you 900 points already, and then that more than covers that 750. Okay. And then for a 2-star manager, you're talking about 1,500. Okay, so essentially 1,500 would, if you have, just this number of people, yeah, 5, with advanced. So it can be a combination of, whether it's 5 advanced, whether it's 1 premium plus, 1 advanced plus, that 1 or 2 core. So it's really all just volume based at this point, yeah, that, what's that, that's how, the ranking actually happens. Okay, and then for a 3-star manager, now this is where that one volume leg actually comes in. So in this example, this person, actually has, quite a few advanced under him or her already, and it amounts to 2007. So whether, that one leg is, from the A side, or it's from the B side, it's actually okay, as long, as it exceeds 1,000. Okay. Okay, so I think everybody here also should be aware that in terms of the PIB, besides the core, advanced, and premium, that the advanced plus pack has been included already. So this is, with a sigh of relief, that we are so happy this has been introduced because the gap between the advanced and premium has been a little bit too wide. Yeah. Now, when it comes to the business launch bonus, and okay, I'll talk a little bit about this. Yeah. Okay, so this is the PIB, and as I just explained, the business launch bonus essentially is for new, new BP. So we want to encourage the new BP to rank up to a 1-star or 2-star manager as soon as possible, because there's additional rewards incorporated. Yeah. So if that new BP ranks up to a 1-star manager, which means that the person has a PV of 110 with 750 points, then it's an additional $25 per week that is given to the person. Now, the other piece of good news, which I thought that it was wonderful, was the fact that the enroller, so the sponsor of this new BP, who is expected to be helping him or her to be, doing OPP or speaking, to the prospects. That person is also paid, half of the $25. When that new BP becomes that 1-star manager. So typically, if you're talking about somebody who becomes that 1-star manager, say in week 1, yeah, that $25 will probably be happening for the next 4 weeks, because the 750 points, would be carried forward, for that 31 days, i.e., that 4 weeks. And as long as that person also maintains, the 110, then it is $25 that's payable to that person every single week for 4 weeks. Okay. So this is just an example of, I think, this is self-explanatory, right? We talk about the $25 with the sponsor having $12.50. And then at week 5, that person, unfortunately, becomes no rank again, because probably he had not been active. And the 750 points essentially is now gone. Yeah. So there's no payment for week 5, week 6. And then, if week 7, again, the person brings in enough people to, sufficient, for the 750 points, then, that $25 gets, gets back on again. So as a 2-star manager, even as a 3-star manager, because it maxes out at a 2-star manager. So if the BP, becomes a 2-star manager as the sponsor of the BP, instead of $12.50, then, you actually get $25. So the caveat here is that the sponsor's rank must be equal to or higher for the sponsor to receive that sponsor's business launch bonus, yeah, which is the 50% of the new BP's bonus. Okay. Okay, so these are just some examples which I've actually just explained already. So I hope everybody also understands, and I'm going to stop at this level earnings bonus, so that if you have a chance, if you have any questions, we can talk about it. Okay. All right. So there's one question, but let me finish this one first, and I'll get to Liani's question. So the level earnings bonus now. As you can see here, as an active BP, so it's just somebody, no rank whatsoever, and the person is actively recruiting and sponsoring people. Besides getting the PIB, this active BP is going to also enjoy the 3%. Yeah. Why we want the person, to become a 1-star, 2-star manager and above is because from 3%, it goes to 5%, and from 5%, it goes to 7%, when a person becomes a 2-star manager. And at the 2-star manager, it's not only the level 1 bonus that the person enjoys, but then, it is extended to level 2 as well. And then, why the 1-star director, and I keep using this term, this is the sweet spot. Yeah. Both, from a level earnings bonus as well as from a mentor matching bonus. From a level earnings bonus is because then you start to enjoy the 3 levels. Yeah, 7, 5, and 1. And then if you're a 2-star, it's 7, 5, 2. And then 3-star, it is a 7, 5, 3. And it maxes out at 7, 5, 3. So even when you become an executive, it is still 7, 5, 3. Okay. Okay, so what this means is, as an active BP, new person, and why this is great is because you actually get 12% more. Yeah, you get paid, the PIB plus the level earnings bonus. In this case, say, it's an advance that the person brings in, so it's $9. Yeah, and it is 3% of the 300 points. Yeah, so it is based, on the points. So if it is a core at 180 points, there would be 3% of 180. Or if it is an advanced plus with 500 points, then it's 3% of 500. So 1-star manager, PIB, it's 75, and with an advance, it's 5%, so it's $15. And so we are looking at a 20% increase. And for a 2-star manager, you are looking at a 28% increase. Hence, anybody who's new, who joins right now and who is active, that person should be very happy, because, the difference is quite significant already for any new joinee. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to stop here, seeing as, okay, there are some questions here that I would like to answer. So let me just answer them first, yeah? So Liani has a question. Is there any possibility our point will expire, and in what condition the point will expire? can I make an assumption here that we are talking about, say, the points that we are earning that accumulate, say for our binary, yeah? So, firstly, I think everybody should know, whatever points that we earn, if we do not maintain our account monthly, it will be gone. It will be flushed. Okay, so that's why we fully encourage people to, to be active and to go, with maintenance or MSO. Now, I cannot stress this enough because, unfortunately, I've got 1 or 2 cases where the people, the few people who were not active, and then they sponsored somebody. Yeah, so please note, everyone here, that if your account is not active and you sponsor somebody, say, for an advance and you're supposed to get $75 PIB, you don't get anything at all. It disappears. Okay, and there's no recourse for that. Yeah. If you're able to catch it and within that week, that you sponsor that person and you're still, able to maintain, then that's fine. Yeah, but in the cases that I had on hand, it was a few weeks later that the person started asking, where's my PIB? Yeah, but then that's where we realized, that the account was not maintained for that period of time. Now, the points, say, we always have the power leg and the pay leg, yeah? So the points in the power leg, okay, there is an expiry to that. Okay, so it's 52 weeks. Okay, so if there's no activity, and we're talking about, I think it's first in, first out, yeah. And if that point, there's no activity whatsoever, then within 52 weeks, the points are gone. Okay. Now for your paid leg, it is actually half the time. Yeah, it's the what is it again, Jovan? 36 or is it 34? 36 weeks, is it?
Sorry?
Yeah, for the paid leg, the points will expire in 20, what is it? I cannot.
It should be 36. Wait,
It should be 36, yeah? Okay, I remember it's 36 weeks as well, okay? So, but yeah, between there, 34, 36 weeks, yeah? So it is in the document. If you read it, and I really encourage everybody to go into the document in a way it specifies very clearly, yeah? It should be 36, but Jovan, if you can help me to find that.
Okay, they say 24. Wait, let me
Yeah.
get the PDF a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so in the meantime, let me go to the second question while Jovan is doing that. Okay, if the new BP rank up to 3-star manager, will he get the $50 under business launch bonus? 3-star manager. Okay, so the new BP ranks up. Okay, so the max it's actually 2-star manager. So or I should say it this way, it's 2-star manager and above. So it doesn't matter if you hit 2-star manager or you hit 3-star manager, or you hit 1-star director within, that 1, 2, 3 weeks, of the new BP joining. The maximum business launch bonus that's payable per week is actually $50. Okay, so I hope, Hong, that answers your question. Will new BP, this from A, become a 3-star manager, get the level earning the level earning bonus? Okay, when you say new BP who becomes 3-star manager, the level earning bonus is payable when you sponsor somebody. Okay, so the new BP, so if I'm reading this correctly, yeah, if there's no activity and this new BP just ranks up, yeah, you don't get paid based on your own ranking up. You get paid based on sponsoring somebody. So in this case, if you sponsor one person with advance, you get paid the PIB as well as the level earning bonus. Okay, anyway, Jackie just corrected me. Yes, okay, it's hold on, it's 26 weeks, I think. Yeah, it should be half the time, correct? It's half the time. Oh, how come some people say 24 weeks?
It's actually 24.
24.
Yes, binary pay group volume carry forward for up to 24 weeks if unused.
Okay. So it's 24 weeks. Okay, that's fine. All right. Okay, so it does expire. So if there's no activity with the first in, first out principle, okay, if there's no activity at all on the pay leg, it doesn't move, that same point will expire in 24 weeks, yes. Okay. Okay, any other questions?
Jonas, there's one question from ZL. The
Yeah.
person is asking, is there any report to show the amount of points that will be expiring?
Is there, okay, that's a good question. Points that's expiring. Now I have not seen that. If there is a column, I have not seen. Jackie or anybody, if you have seen, can you just highlight it? Because I don't recall actually seeing any such data that's available. Yeah, but that's a good question. Yeah, the points expiring. Yeah, Stephen, if you're on as well. Okay, so you can see what will be flushed for QDV on a weekly basis. Okay, so that's on a weekly basis. But that will be different, I suppose, from the points, that will be expiring. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's unfortunately a question, that I don't have an answer to because I've not seen, but it's a good question. Let me note it down. This is one question that I want to ask the live chat also. Okay, but thank you for the question.
Maybe tomorrow we ask live customer service to
Yeah.
see whether or not we can see. But basically, right, what I notice is when the point is used, then only we will know.
Yeah, but in terms of those that are expiring, I don't see any column, that specifies.
We will only know the point that we use, but we don't know whether the point is expired. Never mind. Tomorrow I'll ask customer service and see.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
Mm.
Okay. So if there are no further questions, I'm going to hand the floor back to Jovan to introduce the next speaker. Thank you very much, everyone. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jonas, for your presentation on the comp plan.